Good morning and welcome to another lesson from Polyglot Buzz. Today we are going to do Nous, présentons in French. French lesson spoken in English. Righty-ho. To start, we're going to ask, what is your name? In English we have you. You for singular, you for plural. You for colloquial, you for polite. In French, they have tu for a singular you, vous for a plural you, all of you, vous for a polite you, which is exactly the same as the plural you. So basically they use for a polite, formal way of speaking, respectful way of speaking to you, they use the form for all of you. It's a bit confusing, but stick with this because you will get it, and then, like everything else, you will get used to it. But to start, just to say that we have two ways to say it. So the first way would be, comment tu t'appelles? Comment vous appelez-vous? Je m'appelle Lauren. The answer is the same. The question, comment tu t'appelles? Tu, te. How do you call yourself? Comment vous appelez-vous? The same. How do you call yourself? But in a polite, formal way. And if you check out the conjugation, it's different. Appel, appelle. Right. So there is a difference in the sound, and there is a difference in the writing, and there is a difference in the mode. Right? We don't have this in English. It goes through context. But let's stick with this because eventually it will make sense. What is your surname? Quel est ton nom? Quel est votre nom? Nom is like the nom de famille, the name of the family, surname. Ton, because it's masculine, le nom, votre nom. There we don't see the feminine or the masculine, but in ton, we see the masculine. So now we're starting to build up masculine, feminine, singular, plural, and polite or colloquial. All this will eventually get embedded in a question, in an answer, in every conversation that we have. At the beginning, it takes more time. Eventually, it's like a rule. Your mind gets it, and then it's just more practice, which makes it perfect. But this is just the way it is. Next, where are you from? D'où viens-tu? D'où venez-vous? Again, tu, colloquial, viens, venez, to differentiate the sound, vous. Either all of you, where are you guys all coming from? D'où venez-vous? Or where do you, sir or madam, come from? D'où venez-vous? Je suis de France. I am from France. Je viens de France. I come from France. To be, je suis. To come from. Je viens de. What is your nationality? Quelle est ta nationalité? Quelle est votre nationalité? The word is the same in both cases. The noun, ta, possessive adjective, feminine singular. The nationality in French is la nationalité, feminine. Why? We don't really know why nouns, the same as in Spanish, are feminine or masculine. Some are obvious. La femme, l'homme, the woman, the man, feminine, masculine. But la nationalité, it may as well have been masculine, but it is feminine. So when we learn a noun in French or Spanish, we learn it with the article. I will explain later on what an article is. So, ta nationalité, feminine, votre nationalité, that doesn't have, votre doesn't show if it's feminine or masculine, but we know it in our head, right? So, quelle est ta nationalité? Quelle est votre nationalité? Je suis française. Je suis française. Français. Male, française. Female, z, with the E at the end. So when is male, the S just about doesn't sound français. But when it's feminine, because it's got the E, it pushes the sound of the S, so you say française, française. And if you listen to the French, they say française. They actually give it that little extra oomph at the end of the word, followed by an E. What languages do you speak? Quelle langue parles-tu? Quelle langue parlez-vous? Therefore, we know the parlez-vous français? Parlez-tu français? Parlez-vous français? Quelle langue parles-tu? Quelle langue parlez-vous? Je parle espagnol et français. Or anything else, we will see more languages later. Je parle espagnol, je parle français. How old are you? Quel âge as-tu? Quel âge avez-vous? This is the verb avoir. In English, to have. So in French, like in Spanish, you are not so many years old. You have years. Quel âge as-tu? What age do you have? Quel âge avez-vous? Polite form. J'ai 25, 35, 45 ans. So whatever age, I have this many years. Right? Okay, so you may have to go through this page a few times until it starts sinking in and you start memorizing and learning your sentences. Okay, it's worth spending time before moving on than moving on too fast, like I see some people doing, and then you don't consolidate the foundations and you have a lot of gaps. You move forward and you forget everything that you at the beginning. So you don't fool anybody. It takes a long time to actually consolidate it nicely and it makes sense in your head. It has to make sense in your head. It can make sense in my head and I explain it to you, but unless you can see it, you won't remember it and make it yours. So this is why I say easy peasy lemon squeezy. It takes time, but do it well. Do it once, do it well. L'alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. More or less the English alphabet, but with slightly different sounds, right? So just practice those a few times. Donc, je m'appelle Laurent. Mon nom s'appelle L-A-U-R-E-N. So my name is Lauren, and this is how I spell it. How would you spell burger or burger? Mon nom de famille est Berger. Mon nom de famille s'appelle B-E-R-G-E-R. B-E-R-G-E-R. La dernière, je suis de France. Mon pays s'appelle F-R-A-N-C-E. And the E is like a E. There is some of the sounds in French are closer and they're in between, right? So I am from France and my country is spelled F-R-E-N-C-E. Okay, we move on. Let's do a little revision because that was a lot of stuff. D'où êtes-vous? D'où es-tu? D'où est-ce que vous êtes? D'où est-ce que tu es? Sometimes when they ask a question in French, they use the ske. So when it's ske, when you hear the ske, you know that a question is coming. D'où est-ce que vous êtes? D'où est-ce que tu es? Normally they use ske when there is not an interrogative pronoun, like where, when, why, how, what. So, do you have bread? Est-ce que tu as du pain? Do you have bread? Est-ce que vous avez du pain? Est-ce que? As soon as you hear that, you know that the question is coming. Je suis de France. Quel est ta ou votre nationalité? Je suis français, je suis française. Quelle langue parlez-vous? Quelle langue parles-tu? Je parle français. Now, what other languages can you speak? We're not going to say them all because there are 100 many countries in the world, I don't know, 160, 135. But here, just to get an idea, and I'm talking to you as if you are living in Europe. I am in Cape Town, South Africa, or you could be in Africa or China or America, but the European languages are learned a lot in Europe. Nowadays, everybody learns everything. But if you live in Europe, you will need those languages, and it's more likely you will be studying them. So this is when I put most of some European countries, but I just put a couple of Asian, and just because they sound good and just so that you get an idea. Donc, pays, nationalité et langage. Donc, la Russie, la nationalité est russe, je suis russe, et le langage est russe, je parle russe. Je suis de l'Allemagne, je suis allemande, je suis allemande, féminin, je parle allemand. Je viens de l'Espagne. Je suis espagnol, je parle espagnol. Angleterre, anglais, anglaise, je parle anglais. Italie, italien, italienne, je parle italien. Japon, japonais, japonaise, je parle japonais. Chine, chinois, chinoise, je parle chinois. La Grèce, je parle grec, je suis grec, je parle grec. Hollande, je suis hollandais, je suis hollandaise ou néerlandaise, je parle hollandaise ou néerlandaise. La France, je parle français, je suis française, pardon, je parle français. Et le Portugal, je suis portugais, je suis portugaise, je parle portugais. Okay. It's slightly confusing because it's also similar, but there are little differences, and it's the same in English, in French, in Spanish, in all these languages. But the thing is that eventually you get used to it, and you know what? If you make a mistake, you have to make a mistake, because if you are not going to speak a language because you can make a mistake, then you will never speak any languages. So at this level, especially beginners, when you go to the country and you're trying to make yourself understood, as long as you can organize yourself, order something to eat, go to a hotel, find a place, and so on and so forth, then depends what you want the language for. If you want the language for communication, this is enough. If you want a language to take an exam or to become a teacher or something like that, then you need more level. But you don't even ever learn your own language 100%. So it is a work in progress. And as long as we know it's work in progress, the discussion is open. So join the Polyglot Buzz community, share the joy by learning together, talk, listen, read, and write, communicate and expand with my Patreon.com account in Polyglot Buzz. So join my community, and as you know, love it, like it, subscribe it, and share it. See you next time. Bye.